Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut episode of the R2C War Room. That's right, I'm your host, Coach Tokes, and we're here to break down college football dynasties, expose recruiting battles, spotlight the rising stars, and take a deep dive into the strategies behind the nation's most competitive programs. All right, and here for episode one, we're diving straight into the amazing powerhouse they call Florida State Seminoles. That's right, folks. Florida State, coached by the one and only Coach Yak, a master motivator with A plus prestige, A plus, right? And a resume that speaks for itself. Now, let me tell you what I mean. He has gone on a record of 36 and 11 so far, undefeated in bowl games. All right. Nearly 15 wins against top 25 opponents. All right. Florida State football is never down for long. And this season in the War Room, we're going to break down and track their rebuild, their roster, and all their recruiting blueprints that they have for us. All right. So let's break it down for you guys here. Let's go. Let's start off with the story. The story right now, as we've, I guess, caught up to where we are right now, the current uh, record right now. Here it is, the current record here. Florida State has opened the season off steamrolling uh, against FSU. But let's go back a bit. Let's go back. Let's talk about how we got here. Here, see, Florida State is sitting at 2-2 with a 1-1 mark in conference play. All right. But records don't really always tell the story. So we're just, like I said, we're going to dive into the games week by week. So again, let's break it down for you here real quick. Let me see if I can find out where we are here. Here we go. Here's the schedule right here. That's what they've played so far. Game one, they played USF, blew them out 42-7. Opened the season steamrolling USF. Everything clicked, offense humming, defense flying around the field. It was a textbook season opener. Then game two, they went to Texas and they lost 48-30. Now, really, that was a reality hit for them. I mean, they hit it. They hit up at Austin and against a tough Texas team, and basically it was a shootout. It was a shootout. But Flowers, was put up yards, but he also put up turnovers. Quarterback Flowers put up turnovers, and the defensive breakdowns that Texas create separation, humbling Florida State, but a necessary wake up call for the team. All right. Going into game three, they took a W against Boston College, 48-23. Now, Florida State bounced back hard against BC. This was the get right game, I guess, with 48 points, explosive plays across the board. The run game was finally found and it was in rhythm. All right. And then the game I watched, the game I attended, game four against Cal, aka California. They lost a heartbreaker, 28-24. And that was a tough one for sure. A gritty battle with number 15, Cal. Came down to the wire. And again, I was there. I was watching the whole show. But the Noles couldn't close it out. That's right. The loss stung, but because it showed both potential and inconsistency, you don't know what to say with this team, right? So here we are, right? 2-2. Not to panic, right? It's not panic time yet, but the conference race is heating up, and the schedule is brutal from here. We'll definitely go into that a bit later, all right? We'll definitely go back to that in a bit later. Let's talk about their current standings right now. Let's talk about their current standings here. So here we are. Current standings here right now. Florida State currently ranks ninth in the ACC, but the standings are deceiving. Why I say that is if you look at the top, NC State, Virginia Tech, even Miami, this conference is packed with teams who can take a punch and throw one right back. All right. So now again, Florida State is sitting in the middle zone, not out of it, but again needs consistency. That's the word of the day. Consistency. All right. Say with me. Consistency. There you go. All right. But here's the kicker. Uh, the combined record for Florida State's opponents so far are 39 and 21. All right. They're not losing to cupcakes. So they're playing heavyweight programs each and every week. So again, give them the benefit of the doubt. They're not playing, you know, Buffalo. They're not playing, Ohio of Miami. No, they're playing dogs. Are they playing dogs? All right. So let's switch it up and let's show you guys where they rank in the top 25. And here we have it. In the top 25, the Seminoles held, the number 14 rank just a week ago. But due to the loss to Cal, it bumped them out of comfortable territory. They're now sitting at 19 right now, which honestly is still impressive considering their schedule. So again, and here's the truth. The truth does hurt. If the Seminoles beat SMU next week, they're right back in the thick of things. All right. But again, it's SMU. They're not no slim chickens either. All right. Just letting you know. All right. So let's break it down their offensive production here, because that is how do you say, important to what we're talking about, because we're trying to build a team. We're trying to build a program here. So let's break down side by side based on my notes again, based on what was given to me and what I researched here. Again, let's talk about it. The numbers here is obviously that Florida State ranks in the top 30 nationally in total yardage, sitting at 479 yards per game. And it's a very efficient 36 points per game. Again, they can score the rock for sure. They can score the rock. And the good about that, again, their quarterback, Jay Flowers, right? Jay Flowers. He's a heartbeat of the offense. He's thrown for 1,435 yards, 13 touchdowns, but 8 interceptions. Say it with me. Consistency. You know it. All right. You know it. All right. He's got the arm. He's got the mobility. I've seen it myself. Pretty good. But the turnovers are key. They're drive killers. All right. When Flowers protects the rock, Florida State is unstoppable. All right. Unstoppable. All right. Going off with the run game based on the information I've been given, Washington, he's averaging about 80 yards per game. He's got over about 320 yards on the season, and he's breaking tackles. The run game improves every week. That's all you can really say about that, right? It is what it is. But on the receiving end, again, you got Gibson, the alpha male in that squad. He's got 248 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he's one of the biggest yards after catches numbers on the team. So again, he can do it. He's got a nice supporting cast. We got Dubas, we got Lofton, and we also got that back Washington who definitely create separation on the field. So again, this is a pass first team disguised as balanced. And the numbers show you right there. All right. The numbers show you. Going off to defense, this is where things get a little bit, sketchy. Let's bring up the defensive stats. As a team, the defensive story, FSU allows 365 yards per game, which puts them in the lower to middle tier nationally in the nation, okay? In the nation. That's what nationally means, all right? In the nation, all right? So the tackle leaders, we've got Garland playing like a superstar, 29 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and probably one of the best complete disturbers at the Sam linebacker position, all right? Hayes and Hillman also round out a strong linebacker and safety core. So again, defensively, tackle-wise, they're good. They're good. But there's still a problem, especially in the secondary, all right? The team is allowing too many explosive plays and only have 3 players with 1 interception each this year. This is where we need to start to do some recruiting. This is where you need to build the foundation for a program that has to work. All right. So let's go to this segment. We're going to stop with what they're doing right now. We're going to go into the team needs right now. All right. We're definitely going to go into the team needs. So, with that being said, let's bring up their team needs. All right. Here's the graphic. Florida needs 18 total positions addressed for the offseason. All right. But the real focus is really in the trenches and in the secondary. Now, offensive needs, they need quarterback depth, they need multiple halfbacks, wide receivers for turnover heavy upperclassmen. They need tackle help because, again, they have a heavy graduating class. And then, again, we got the left guard and the right tackle for future starters. Again, you got a well-rounded offense. You need to anchor that with some help. All right. On the defensive side of the ball, again, they need some edge help. They need a new will and a new free safety. And of course, we need to definitely reinforce the cornerback position. All right. And maybe we can slip in a strong safety or some sort. Again, this is what I see. This is what I've broken down based on the information given to me by the coach. All right. So, but again, the needs are there, and we have to let them know that coach has signed a few players already. It baffles me how people can just jump so quickly. So we are definitely going to touch on the top 3 signed recruits for FSC. All right. So let's start with the number 1 man who he signed. He's very proud of this signing, though. It is the 5-star right tackle, raw strength. His name is Myron Grymes. Myron Grymes. This kid is a mauler, 6'8", 296 pounds, and already putting an elite impact block numbers. I mean, he's not polished yet. Again, he's coming from high school, but you can teach the size, and I mean, you can't teach size, you can't teach power. Just like you can't teach speed and agility. He's got that raw strength. All right, that's number 1. All right. Number 2, another key signing is the 4-star superstar, Baraka Ngata. Baraka Ngata. All right. He's an agile anchor for that offense. All right. He's a center that you can build a scheme around. 100%. All right. His footwork is next level, and he's fit for Coach Yak's spread system that relies on screens and pulling the linemen. So again, that's a perfect signing. Perfect signing. And last but not least, we have a 4-star. We think he's going to be a halfback, but he's listed as an athlete / quarterback, but he's an explosive playmaker. All right. Kyrie Marks. Oh, sorry. Calvin Marks. My apology. I was looking at his brother. He's getting signed as well. But Calvin Marks, he brings the burst of the run game. Also has quarterbacker skills. He's got vision. He's got acceleration. He's got the ability to take the run and go to the house. Whether he has the ball handed to him or he has it hutted to him, he's a playmaker, folks. He's a playmaker. So those are the top 3 signings he's got so far. Now, there's also stuff he's trying to still fight for, right? So we're going to talk about the top targets that are on his board going forward, all right? And I saw a few of these guys, and I was like, no way these guys are still on the board here. I mean, the battle should be like top notch, right? Top notch. Now we'll start with the first one, and this again, if I was coaching, I'd probably take this guy too. Mafu Radway. Again, coach didn't give me any of the details. I don't know why. He just kept it on the hush. This is a boundary cornerback. All right? He has sticky coverage, elite instincts, and FSU desperately needs a cornerback to help them out. And Radway, he could be starting as a true freshman for that school. That's number 1. He's got a few other gems out here. All right, he has got a few other gems here. Prospect number 2, Leon McRae. Is it McRae? McCary. Leon McCary. There you go. Right guard. McCary is a beast. Powerful. Technically sound guard who gives them the interior strength they're losing on the field right now. Because again, half of those guys are graduating. So you need to fill in the spots. Definitely need to fill in the spots. All right. So hopefully, he can get this guy and bolster his offensive line. All right. And lastly, we've got David. I say David. It's David Ogwobi. All right. Okay. African superstar right there. He is the the Sam linebacker that he's dying to get right now. All right. He's a violent pass rusher, intense motor, and extremely and exactly the type of player that the athlete strives for in the ACC. These are the guys that are on his board as top prospects for Florida State. All right. So again, you can see he's got a plan. He's got a blueprint. But again, going back to the team, the schedule. Let's go back to the schedule real quick because that let's look ahead right now. So looking ahead, the road's definitely going to get harder for these guys. Okay. If you can see the next few teams they got, all right, the next 4 games, you got number 5 SMU, you got UCF, you got number 10 Virginia Tech, and number 20 Miami. All right, if they come out of this stretch 2-2, that's a win, definitely a win. All right, but if they somehow go 3-1, they're right back in that playoff contention, my friends, right back there. So again, the season's not over; it's still young. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. All right. So again, in closing, that's gonna wrap up this episode 1 for the R2C War Room. Florida State is a team in transition, but their talent, coaching, and recruiting foundations say they're they're far from finished. They got some work to do, but again, they're not out of the loop. Okay, so remember, every episode we spotlight a new team. So next week it could be your squad, on the board. Your recruits, your storylines, all types of stuff we're going to bring to them. Okay, so drop a comment and ask me which team you want featured next, and we'll make sure you follow us on the R2C network, and don't miss anything. And look out for the next deep dive. That being said, you guys have a great one. Peace and love. We're out.